Yo, what is good guys, back here, another YouTube video, and in case you cannot tell by the title below, this video will be a video where I share my honest thoughts and opinions on someone or something going on in this wacky weird world people decided to call pro wrestling. As you can tell by the title below, this video will be a video where I share my honest thoughts and opinions on former champion within WWE, former multiple time champion, including one-time WWE champion in Kofi Kingston. And before I share my thoughts and opinions on him, would love to know what yours are on Kofi down in the comments below. While you are down there, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, turn on post notification. Of course you don't have to if you don't want to, but it would mean a lot to myself if you did. And when it comes to Kofi Kingston, ever since really, maybe not on his WWE CW debut, but shortly after, in early 08 either way, I immediately was drawn to this guy, kind of deal. And whatnot, it was at this time where I pretty much as a 14-year-old, I would have turned 14 that February, kind of deal, where I wasn't really paying attention to really, like, I was watching Raw or SmackDown or WWE CW or Impact Wrestling, but it was I was at that stage of, hey, like, if I miss an episode, oh well, kind of deal, as long as I don't miss like a Shawn Michaels or an Edge kind of deal, or Rey Mysterio kind of deal, then I didn't really care. But Kofi was at that time, again in early 08, was one of the bigger reasons why I watched WWE CW at that time kind of deal, or at least I went out of my way to read spoilers to see if he was on that week's edition kind of deal, because it would tape on a Tuesday and I think it aired like the Wednesday kind of deal, if I remember right, and whatnot. But yeah, for myself personally, liked him ever since then and whatnot. But it was Kofi was one of those guys where my expectation of him was upper mid-card kind of level guy, then eventually retire and whatnot and do something behind the scenes. That was kind of my ceiling of Kofi, and nothing against Kofi. He's really good in the ring. He's pretty good on the mic. Or at least I find him entertaining at both of them, kind of deal and whatnot. And just based off my short interaction with him during SummerSlam 2019 weekend, he seems like a chill guy to meet. Kind of deal, or at least that was my impression when I got a quick photo with him after SummerSlam, kind of deal. But when it comes to Kofi, I am happily surprised that he kind of broke through that invisible glass ceiling kind of deal, because it felt like, yeah, a lot of people would have wanted to see him as a world champion, but because of the feud kind of deal, or at least what transpired allegedly between Kofi and Randy Orton's feud, I think it was like fall of 09, if I remember right, that was like kind of harder glass ceiling, because Randy Orton is Randy Orton. Kofi Kingston at that time and the years that followed weren't really on Randy Orton's level and whatnot, but seeing him win the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 35 several years ago now, I was like, in a way, kicking myself in the butt for not going to New Jersey to see that in person, but just didn't work out kind of deal and whatnot. But I do know a couple of people that went from different parts of the US to New Jersey in early April, dealt with the not the best weather, not the best getting out of the stadium kind of deal and whatnot, just to witness Kofi winning kind of deal, because he meant that much to them kind of deal and whatnot. But yeah, Kofi Kingston, for myself personally, he might not be in my top 5 favorite wrestlers of all time, or top 10 kind of deal, but he is one of those guys where hypothetically, if I were a wrestler, and if he was working or doing something behind the scenes, I would ask him quite a bit of advice because he has quite a bit of years working pretty consistently with WWE on the main roster, and I can count on one hand the amount of times that he was injured, kind of deal. I know that he was injured relatively recently, kind of deal, and I think that might not be the first time he was injured, but I think that was the first time he was out for like more than a month, kind of deal, due to an injury. Kind of deal throughout his career. Like I said, he made his main roster debut in like January of '08, kind of deal. I might be missing something, kind of deal, but either way, few and far in between, kind of deal. And like I said, I was able to meet him the morning after SummerSlam, kind of deal, and he was friendly to myself, or at least what I would call friendly, and he was friendly to the kid that met him right before, kind of deal and whatnot. But yeah, he is one of those guys where I I want to see him in the Hall of Fame, kind of deal, and whatnot. And for those who don't know, I'm not a big fan of the Hall of Fame, kind of deal, but I would do my best to go out of my way to watch his induction speech, or like what he says, kind of deal, and whatnot. But yeah, those are my thoughts and opinions. Would love to know what yours are on Kofi down in the comments below. While you are down there, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, turn on post notification. Of course, you don't have to if you don't want to, but it would mean a lot to myself if you did. More importantly than doing any of that, hope you guys are doing okay mentally, emotionally, and physically.
The world that we tend to make up is nothing but a fantasy until you wake up. I feel like I'm just lying to myself, yeah. Cause I just crossed the line like I'm playing offside. I do it how I want and I'ma do it till I die. Feel like I'm just lying to myself, but it's